El día de hoy tengo un nuevo vídeo de no tengo ni puta idea, Ultra Deluxe se llama, creo que el juego. Digo, The Stain Parable Ultra Deluxe. Pues vale. No subtítulos español. Elige un idioma, sí. Confirma. ¿Jugaste? No. Ajusta la barra deslizante hasta la computadora sea apenas visible. Apenas. Yo aquí la veo un poquito. Sí que es apenas eso. Introduce la hora actual. ¿Pero qué quieres que me hackee? Es que es PM. Ah, claro, vale. Entendí. Pues ahora mismo son las 8 PM. Ahí pone. Las 8:45. Nota, puedes acceder a la configuración de seguridad del menú principal. Ok. ¡Anda, qué guapo! ¡Ah! Está guapo, vale. No lo he probado en mi vida, ¿vale? No tengo ni idea de qué se trata. Lo tengo desde hace unos meses, solo que no lo he probado. Esta es la historia de un hombre llamado Stanley. No he visto ni vídeos. Stanley trabaja en una empresa en un edificio enorme donde era el empleado 427. El trabajador del empleado... El trabajador... Sí. Se sentaba frente a su escritorio en la oficina 427 y presionaba botones. Las órdenes le decían botones presionar, por cuánto tiempo presionarlos y en qué orden. Esto es el empleado 427 cada día, cada mes, cada año. Y aunque para otros sería una actividad denigrante, Stanley disfrutaba cada momento que llevaba las órdenes como si estuviera hecho para este trabajo. Y Stanley era feliz. Y un día de repente sucedió algo peculiar. Algo cambiaría a Stanley para siempre. Algo que nunca podría olvidar. Llevaba casi una hora sentado al escritorio, cuando se dio cuenta que no había llegado ni una orden al monitor. Nadie había aparecido la necesidad de convocarlo, reunión o siquiera saludarlo. En todos los años que llevaba la empresa nunca había pasado algo así, un aislamiento total. Estaba claro que algo andaba muy mal. Conmocionado, petrificado, Stanley fue incapaz de moverse por muchísimo tiempo. Pero cuando recobró la compostura, se levantó de la silla y salió de la oficina. Vale, este ya soy yo. ¿Eres una reserva? Todos sus colegas se han ido. Stanley decidió ir a la sala de reuniones, quizá no había llegado a una nota. Vale, el dedo también sirve para agacharse. Estoy probando botones. X. Suena algo, ticket. No puedes saltar. Me acaban de dar un trofeo. Y claro, consigue tu primer trofeo. Acabo de conseguir 2 trofeos. Como no podía saltar y yo petando la X. Me suena de algo, creo que si he visto un vídeo fue hace 800 años. Ok. Stanley llegaba a una habitación de las puertas abiertas y cruceó de su izquierda. Ese no era el camino correcto de la sala de reuniones y Stanley lo sabía muy bien. Pero quizá primero quería entrar al empleado tan solo para admirarla. Así, un verdadero espacio digno de admiración. Realmente había valido la pena desviarse. Stanley toma la primera. Sí, hombre. Stanley era muy malo para seguir indicaciones increíbles, no lo despidieron hace varios años. Joder. Y yo no quiero seguir de las órdenes, tío. A mí me la pela. Vale. A ver, ¿por dónde seguimos ahora? Porque no tengo ni puta idea. Tengo una taza. A ver. Mira, Stanley, creo que lo mejor que empezamos era con el pie izquierdo. No soy tu enemigo, en serio, no lo soy. Sé que puede ser difícil depositar tu confianza en otra persona, pero la verdad es que esta historia siempre ha girado en torno a ti, hasta ahora. Stanley te ha olvidado de esa persona. Por favor, ya no intentes tomar todas las decisiones tú solo. No te lo pido por mí, te lo pido por ella. Aquí estamos, Stanley, tu oportunidad de redimirte. Ha dado tu trabajo y hacer parte de tu vida otra vez. Te ha estado esperando. Sí, hombre. ¡Help! ¡Help! ¡Ay! ¡Cojones! Es ella, Stanley. Tú eres quien debe hacer esto. Ahorita ella. Puedes depositar a otra persona. Atienda el teléfono. Si no atiendo, ¿si la enchufo? Cuando Stanley atendió el teléfono, una voz blanca se la llenó de alianza y esperanza. Esperanza, espera, hay cielos. Stanley, ¿desconectaste el teléfono? Eso no es una lección que se percibe como es. De verdad, tomaste una decisión incorrecta. Ni siquiera sabía que eso era posible. Yo tampoco. Deja de verificarlo. No, está aquí sin duda claro como el agua. Stanley atiende al teléfono. Va a su apartamento donde encuentra a su esposa y se juran amor. Empieza a sonar la música, fundida blanco, créditos. Y en un modo no atender el teléfono el presidente. Y ¿cómo puede ser? Me suponía que todas las decisiones no significaban nada. No lo entiendo. ¿Cómo está tomando decisiones significativas? ¿Qué acaso? Un momento. Acabo de ver... No, no puede ser. No lo puedo creer. ¿Cómo es? Lo me di cuenta antes. Tú no eres Stanley. Eres una persona de verdad. Joder. No puedo creer que estaba tan equivocado. Por eso tú ¡ya!
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you on safe decision making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make?
Recuerda que, a diferencia de este lugar, el mundo real tiene sentido y nunca deberías elegir algo que no ajuste a la lógica racional. Si te encuentras hablando con alguien cuyas palabras no tienen sentido, es muy probable que sea una persona que no sea persona cerrada. Deja que la persona termine su idea y luego ofrece una excusa para dar fin a la conversación. Gira hacia un compañero y di: santo cielo, ya son las 4:30, tengo que una declaración de espalda. Hola y joder.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feelings should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
What the fuck?
Ah, welcome back.
What the?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What the fuck? Hacer lo posible para romper el puto juego. Para 430 dale 50 veces o algo así. Ahora que sabemos que estoy diciendo sus significados, no podemos dejar de...
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Bueno.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ok. Si me hablan en español... ¡Oh, 1000 euros! Y bueno, a 430 le voy a dar... Uf. ¡Yo ya estoy! Flashbang?
Remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Tiene que un ratito. ¿Qué cojones? Y bueno, aquí. Jo. ¿Y los 430?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Estoy grabando, hijo de puta. Era broma, era broma.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No me deja hablar, tío. Él es el protagonista del vídeo. Y voy a tomar la derecha, te voy a joder toda la tarde.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sí, hombre, cabrón, esta es la vida de mi jefe. Luego me deja buscar lo que sea en la PC. Voy a buscar Bruce. A ver qué va a hacer.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Grow Flash.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark
Tiburón nocturno 115.
He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
Tiburón nocturno 115. Tiburón nocturno
I'm sorry, is there a
115.
problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Tiburón nocturno 115.
Okay,
Shark.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single
Estoy aquí
thing.
diciéndolo como si funcionara todo, como si le diera el micrófono. Como me dice ahora que
Stanley
estamos.
shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Stanley?
Please. choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
¿Está llorando?
There. You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Bueno, trofeo.
All of his co-work. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Bueno, te quedas 800.
20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Me estoy dejando la mano. Ya llevo más de 50 clics.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Ahora 17. Entonces solo necesito encontrarlo.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Hijo de mi amigo. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué? ¿Dónde está la puerta 37? Se pregunta lo tonto. No hay 37. Ah, sí, está.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Ha hecho 15 o 10, no sé. Voy a probar con todas. 16, 15.
Now, back to door number 437.
Saque la sangre, me cago.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Gilipollas.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
¿Qué?
Decided to go up to his boss's office.
Y bajo,
Coming to the
¿verdad?
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
¿Qué hay aquí? ¿Me voy?
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield. And it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Bro, me he vuelto gigante.
So lucid. And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
What the...
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
What the fuck?
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I am black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Good.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Ah, el escritorio, pues eso me pasa por no leer. Ups. ¿Qué? ¿El 19 no estaba aquí? Ah, era aquí. Sorry.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Me siento muy esclavo, ¿eh? Uy. 17 o 16. No me he enterado. Mierda. La fotocopiadora, ha dicho. No me acuerdo, se me acaba de borrar de memoria.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes!
¡Vamos!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Bueno, hasta que el vídeo de hoy, espero que os haya gustado. Estaba hablando con Nick. Nada, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. El vídeo es muy largo, o sea, vosotros no lo habéis visto, pero me ha durado una puta hora. ¿Vale? Nosotros seré más recortado, ¿vale? Si os ha gustado, si necesitáis like, suscribíos. Para entender la historia de Final